I got your wig, ho. Ha ha. You're mad. Miss Wig. I got your wig, ho. I got your wig, ho. Miss Wigiana. I got your wig, ho.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Before we get into this video, everything I say is not motherfucking fact in this bitch, so don't take it as such.
Girls can't take my motherfucking mouth, bitch. My mouth is real and it's raw and it's raunchy, bitch. I'm gonna give the girls exactly what the fuck they asked for. The girls is going to know my wrath. Trust me.
Hey, let me leg twerk like Andrea Kelly. I'm playing, fuck her. I am Karen Huger's wig, or the Wigiana, and I know you are probably wondering why you're looking at my crotch. Well, since you sour-ass bitches like riding my dick so much, here it goes. You're always on my page telling me what I need to do and how I need to do it. So here you go. Okay, let me be for real. I am Karen Huger's wig, as I just said, or the Wigiana, and welcome to my channel. I will be going over the Real Housewives of Potomac Reunion Part 3. Now, that little note in the beginning of the video was for you sour-ass bitches, as I said, coming on my page telling me how I need to do things and why I don't post certain things. Bitch, y'all want my page shut down, okay? There are certain things I can't post due to copyright type things in this bitch, and if I post them, they will snatch, and when I say they, Bravo and NBC will come and snatch my page and my videos down in this bitch, okay? I already don't get paid for some of these videos because I use copyright material or copywritten material, whatever the fuck it is. I get copywritten stricken in this bitch and don't get paid. As y'all think I'm getting all this money, I'm not getting all this money, okay? So I just have to be real for y'all for a second, or real to y'all for a second, as I choke on my words. Now, I will be recapping, as I said, recapping, going over. I had to say that over and over again to you bitches who get 30 minutes into the video and say, who is this bitch talking? Hello? Wait a minute. Didn't the title say recap? Don't that mean to go over? Yeah, okay. So let's now get into this reunion. Part 3.
I have been diagnosed with a mental illness, bipolar 1.
So for instance, again, in the middle of an episode of either mania or depression, people who are manic will often do things that are really impulsive and really out of character. And so issues of infidelity can come up, for instance, in a patient with mania who's having a sexual partner or sexual partners outside of the relationship in the midst of a manic episode. People will often spend money that they really can't afford to spend in the midst of a manic episode, which you can imagine will cause a lot of strain for them personally, but also in the context of their families. People in the midst of mania often don't appear to be logical, and so they will go to work and will have lots of irritability, and you can imagine again that coworkers are confused, bosses are confused, and especially if they don't understand a lot about the illness, it can affect their work relationships and their ability to maintain their employment. You can imagine that if it's hard to get up out of bed and even go to the supermarket and get your groceries for the day, that it can be very difficult to go to work and get all the things that you need to get done, either in your work life or in your personal life. People will report guilt or sometimes feeling like they're worthless. People will also report that they feel like they're either kind of moving in slow motion, which is known as psychomotor retardation, and occasionally people will report that they actually feel jittery, which is known as psychomotor agitation. In addition, people will report disturbances in their sleep, which are most commonly insomnia, so either difficulty falling asleep, waking up in the middle of the night, or waking up earlier in the morning than one intends to. Occasionally, this can be hypersomnia, though, where people are sleeping, for instance, 10, 12, 13, 14 or more hours per day. Patients with bipolar disorder often are resistant to receiving treatment, especially during a manic episode. And this is really part of the illness in terms of not understanding that one is sick. Bipolar disorder cannot be cured. However, people will often find that they will go periods of time without having any illness or periods of euthymia. It really depends on the individual and how their clinical course goes, as well as finding treatments that work. The mainstay of treatments are mood stabilizers. So these are medications that are used to keep somebody from having, most notably, a manic episode or a depressive episode. Finding the right treatment can sometimes be a little frustrating, and patients really need to hang in there as their doctors try different medications to figure out what works best with their neurobiology. In order to support a loved one who has bipolar disorder, it's really important to realize that this is an illness like any other illness. A lot of times people will think of mental illnesses as being something that's within the control of the individual. And the individual will often think that as well, feeling tremendous guilt when they do have episodes of either mania or depression. And so the first thing is realizing that people don't choose to have bipolar disorder, and they would definitely choose to live with more mental wellness than having this illness. It's really important to be calm, present, and consistent with people with bipolar disorder, as well as supporting them and maintaining their treatment. In the next 10, 20, 30, 50 years, I really see a lot more research being done to try to find treatments that are effective and have less side effects than some of the medications that we have currently available today.
And the difference between bipolar and bipolar 1 is really the degree of manic, okay, that you have. And if there was a bipolar 2...
Last time I was on my knees, I was praying for Charisse to get out of my fucking face. I was praying to you, Lord, remove her from my eyes. And look where she's at. Gone! Yes! Look how you do me, Lord. I love it. But now I'm asking you to get Miss Mia and Gordon, Mr. Gordon, out of my face, please. And I'm not trying to play Gordon, as I'm happy that he shared his mental health journeys and that he has bipolar 1, as he could be helping viewers identify that they might be having a mental health crisis or going through something mentally, and to go get that checked up on. Because I feel like a lot of times in the black community, not to make it about race, but we don't like to, or it's a stigma around checking up on your mental health and so on. So I applaud this for being shared, but also at the same time, I feel like I want Gordon and Mia out of my face, as I just said, because I don't know when they're telling the truth or not. You bitches are always gagging and lying and so on for antics, and I just have a hard time investing in a storyline from Mia and Gordon due to, like I said, all of the lies and the antics. And I get he has an excuse. He has bipolar 1. Not that it's an excuse or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, we know what he's going through to make him act the way he's acting. But Miss Mia, I don't like what's going on. Let's bring it back to the love and hip hop storyline in this bitch with the who's baby daddy or who's the baby daddy in this bitch. I don't like that. Your children will see this later. And I guess, yes, you could play it off as you were acting. But isn't this a reality show? So, like I said last week, didn't the child say he saw you in the bed with Mr. Ink or something? I don't know what's going on. Gordon could be lying about that, as he just said he's been going through manic episodes, but I want you on Zeus. Lord Jesus, put them on Zeus and off of Bravo and out of my face. No more Carlos King talking about she's the future of Potomac. No, bitch. Worry about your shows and you not paying your cast members the right amount of money that they should be paid. And you talking about all these Bravo shows. Your priorities are fucked up because your show should be #1 in this bitch, not you talking to... Okay. I'm getting off a track in this bitch. Let me get back on track. Like I said, put Mia on VH1 or Zeus, okay? Y'all keep saying Kiana needs to be on Love and Hip Hop. What the fuck she needs to be on Love and Hip Hop for? Because of that one fighting incident? Well, maybe. But I feel like she gives class and elegance. She owns a business. She actually has things going on that I would like to see, as opposed to seeing, what, Ashley rubbing her old sour-ass man's feet in this bitch? Y'all want to see that? Y'all want to see Gordon and Mia and Mr. I already know the answer to that. Y'all do want to see them in they sour-ass, ghetto-ass storyline in this bitch. As y'all like to call me ghetto in this bitch. They serving ghetto on a motherfucking platter. Okay, this is the end of my prayer. Like I said, Jesus, please remove them from my eyesight. Well, not my eyesight. My Real Housewives of Potomac. Get them out of my face. Okay, let's get back into this.
Bipolar, in and of itself, causes your mind to really work opposite. And your mind tricks you into saying, You are normal.
I know there's going to come a time when I probably won't be able to satisfy all your needs. I want you to know that I am okay with you finding what you need elsewhere. I only have two rules. One is, don't give me a reason to look for it. Secondly, keep the kids out of it. As long as you'll do that, I'm fine. Now, what really aggravates me through all of this is that I've given her permission, but yet she still chooses to sneak around, chooses to lie, chooses to continually change her story about what's going on and why she's leaving me and this, that, and the other, and actually not even telling me why. What she's told me, well, she's told me that this guy's her soulmate. I said, well, babe, you can have the best of both worlds. I've said you can see someone, just don't make it public. Be careful and don't involve the kids. Well, she still was still sneaking around and thinking I didn't know. I mean, I see the phone records. I pay the phone bills. My name's on the account. I see. And I see the calls at 2 o'clock in the morning and the times when I'm away from home and all those kinds of things. So I knew what was going on. But, you know, she made the choice, I guess, to choose him over me. I do agree that Mia married me for my money and the future that she thought I could provide. Yeah, I absolutely believe her leaving me now is tied to the fact that I don't have access to assets and my funds are limited at this point in time, that she now has access to funds. And this guy that she's seeing, she believes has access to funds. And I think she's leaving me for that reason. She's mentioned that they're going to be buying a house together and doing businesses together and other kinds of things together, which tells me that the interest is based on monetary gain from the relationship. So I absolutely believe that she's leaving me because she sees an upgrade. My desire is to never, ever, ever be associated with her again beyond our co-parenting situation. If we end up getting back together, it would only truly be for some advantage it would give the kids. It wouldn't be for love on my part, because right now I can't trust her. I don't believe what she says. I don't believe that she loves me.
Here's the thing that's really key to this. My manic got worse over the years.
Now that you've been diagnosed, is there medication that can even you out?
Yeah, there's medication, Andy, but what I have learned is that the key to controlling this is not the medication exclusively. You have to go the rest of the way yourself. So first thing you got to do is understand the behaviors that are the beginning of going into a manic episode. Mm-hmm. Mania builds. I think what happened is when she started making a lot of money in the show, felt like I had no access to capital. Do you say, okay, now's the time to leave?
Uh-huh.
And then
can you see it coming?
I cannot.
Mia can.
Right, I cannot.
Oh, wow.
But people around
and if she sees it coming, can she say to you, gee, this is happening?
Correct.
And will you take that in, though?
Prior to our separation, she had said that to me a few times, and I didn't listen. Right. Let me finish.
So, but let's pause there.
Guys.
Let's pause there. You took my phone, locked me in a room. Gordon.
This is so unproductive. It's a waste of my time.
When you reached out to the other gentlemen and were texting them about what was happening in your marriage.
I was deep into mania.
I don't know so I was losing my mind because Gordon called Chris and Eddie to tell them all Mia's business. Oh. Before he went to TMZ. Oh. And was like, tell your wives to call me so I can give them tea on Mia. And like she's been, all the stuff that's come out, he told our husbands first. It was insane.
It was exaggerated by my frustration, my anger.
When you locked Mia in the room.
Locked her in the room?
You locked her.
It took my cell phone, Gordon.
I took the cell phone.
And took her cell phone?
On the phone with you know who. So then I took your phone for 2 hours. Then you got mad and went off to Atlanta with.
Yes, because you took my phone and locked me in a room. Okay?
I said for 2 hours you can have her back, get some rest.
Gordon, you're not my dad. Who does that?
Let me finish.
So, but
I don't remember locking her in the room. I remember taking the cell phone. Part of what happens when you're in mania, you really don't remember everything.
Yes.
So I'm not saying I didn't, but I don't remember locking her in the room. But I did take the cell phone.
Okay, so I know I was eating Mia the fuck up in my last interruption and in my prayer to God to get her out of my face and on Zeus. While that has not changed, I still want her on Love and Hip Hop or Zeus, which would fit perfectly due to her dating Hey DJ, that's my DJ, or a radio personality or whatever. That's in the music lane. He can go on Love and Hip Hop, and that would very much be fitting for you. Okay? I do want to show you some sympathy and some love, however, due to you having to deal with an abusive situation. Now, I know you guys may not call it that, but I, however, feel like it's a little bit of abuse when you lock somebody in a room, take their phone, and drain their bank account so they don't leave you. That's abuse. I don't care what y'all say. Now, I know they're not claiming it to be so, but just on the... And I'm not a doctor, so I can't say what is abuse or isn't abuse. But in my opinion, I'll add that this time. It's giving abuse. So I do feel bad that Mia had to go through that. Girl, not my camera dying when I was trying to show love and give sympathy towards Miss Mia. Okay, like I was saying, I still feel bad for Miss Mia, as I feel like, in my opinion, as I just said, she was going through an abusive situation with Mr. Gordon. While that doesn't excuse her other antics, like introducing your kid to Mr. Inc. in this storyline to your children that they'll later have to see and be traumatized by. Yeah, I don't excuse that. However, I want to show you some, what is the word I'm looking for? Sympathy for going through that tough situation while Gordon was figuring out his mental situation. Yes. But however, let's move on from Mia and Gordon. You can catch their scenes or the rest of their edit in my edit later in the week. However, for this recap, the wig is ready to move on.
We are all aware of how culturally sensitive of an issue this is. It was a story that we wished that we didn't have to tell. It was the real life dynamics.
Hold on. Andy on that stuff again. Andy on that stuff again. Andy is on that stuff again. What stuff I may be talking about? That stuff. Allegedly in this bitch. Because you have to be to think that we are going to believe that the producers and you didn't have a hand in this whole beef between Miss Ineka and Wendy. Yes, Ashley started the mess, but who put the bug in Ashley's ear to talk about this article that was put out months ago, years ago at this point? It's an old ass article that got brought up this season when all of a sudden another Nigerian is on the show. Are we not connecting the dots in this bitch? Maybe I'm being too much of a conspiracy theorist in this hoe. But y'all kill me trying to play like y'all didn't know anything about this. And oh, we feel so bad about this. Y'all don't feel bad the way y'all were editing this season. Y'all were living for the antics of the mama witchcraft and all this shit. So I don't really go for this. Get out of my face.
Casting had originally wanted you to come on the show through Wendy because we thought you had mutual friends and that this would make sense. What production told me was that you didn't necessarily seem that excited by the idea.
They said, okay, we have somebody. And they said, do you know X, Y, and Z?
Right.
And I said, no, I don't know her. And then they said, oh, that's funny. She says she knows you.
I met her in events, but I've never said that she and I are friends because I don't know her. Okay. I met her in passing.
Okay, guys.
You knew exactly who I was.
Get her, get her, get her. Get her, get her, get her, get her.
I didn't know you. I still don't know you.
Okay.
That was it. So I wasn't excited, not because I didn't want her.
Neka, I heard you mumbling under your breath talking about what kind of sisterhood is that. If she don't know you, she don't know you. What the fuck do you want her to say? If I met people in passing, I'm not going to say I know them. What the hell? I guess I do know them technically. If you want to get down to technicalities in this bitch, I guess by me passing by you once or me meeting you once is knowing you. But if somebody was asking me, do I know you like that? Like, girl, no, I don't know you like that. So why would I recommend you for a show?
I didn't know her. I don't know her.
The hatred came from her sister communicating that I'm a clout chaser. I'm jealous of you. Everything under the sun. She went and told her sister and her mama that I was on the show and they were mad. Okay. I met her at an event for Umuibo, the Fino concert. I met you in a private VIP, maybe less than 20 people, 10 people.
Let me look in my bag to see where this check is that y'all say Wendy's paying me to stick up for her, because Wendy ain't paying me shit, okay? I just happen to be on her team in this instance due to, I don't know how meeting her at events, or excuse me, let me be more specific. I don't know how meeting Miss Ineka at 3 events means that she knows you all of a sudden, especially for, at this point, trying to hire you for a job. Or I guess she's not trying to hire you, but producers are trying to hire you for this job, and they're asking Miss Wendy, does she know you? Does she know you? No. But does she know you in passing? I guess she could have said yes, but does she know you? Like I said, if y'all know what I mean, does she know you? No. So why would she recommend you for this job? It's almost like the Courtney situation and Candy situation on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, when Courtney was claiming that she knew Candy, but Candy didn't know her. I guess, again, they had met in passing, but they didn't know each other, like Miss Ineka is trying to claim that she knows Miss Wendy, or is trying to give off that vibe that she knew Miss Wendy.
Sometimes, for us, if 2 people have met a few times,
but in
our mind, it's like, oh, they know each other. They've been at events.
Okay, maybe I'm the bitch with the sour brain in here, but I'm just confused on why y'all think in y'all sour, coked up head. You know what? Let me stop. It just confuses me why you guys would believe that they know each other like that from 3 events. So they must be friends. No. Isn't there a song, Get Back, you don't know me like that? That's what I mean when they don't know each other like that in this bitch. So why would that mean that they are friends from meeting at 3 events? I meet people sometimes, look, whatever.
When you first met up with Ashley, she brought up Wendy being Osu. What does that mean, being Osu?
Well, sis Ashley, you brought it to this platform. What does that mean?
I will say that in that vein, so only because I talked about it with Nneka. We just, like, I was talking about you, how esteemed you are, how professional you are, and this and that. I told her that you were a doctor. Wendy, Dr. Wendy. Wendy and I are friends.
Wait, so Dr. Wendy, is this medical doctor?
No,
okay.
It's a PhD.
Okay, so doctor of philosophy.
I was okay. I didn't know that was like.
I'm a doctor of philosophy.
I respect it.
What only less than 1% of the world has.
I respect it immensely.
I'm Wendy Osefo. I am a visiting assistant professor at the School of Education.
Is an education professor at Johns Hopkins University, and she's a doctor. So Dr. Wendy, yes. We are going to start with you.
Wendy Osefo is the definition of an accomplished woman, a professor, political analyst, and entrepreneur. She made headlines for earning her PhD in public affairs and community development from Rutgers University, the first Black woman to do it in the university's history.
There was this article about you or something being like Osu or something.
The families that give up their children are considered Osu. Okay. And it's literally been abolished, you know?
It's been abolished.
Osu is something from like ancient gods in Nigeria. My family is not that.
Okay.
Right? And it basically is people who are considered outcasts. So the fact that you came to Cameron's Siffancy, if you're an Osu.
The Gays.
Yeah, the Gays.
Yes.
Yeah, if you're an Osu, no one would come to your events.
I see.
No one would be around you.
I have never tried to misrepresent that I know what Osu means, number one.
Look at Ashley getting her lashings in this bitch, because this is what you get for being a producer's puppet. You and Miss Giselle is coming to bite you hoes in the ass, because why would you bring up an article from 2020? 2020. This is when the article was written. Okay? So why is it being brought up in 2023? All of a sudden, when there's another Nigerian on the cast. Come on now. You just need to say, the producers told me to say this, okay? Just say that, and then you just ran with it. Does that absolve you of being messy? No, because you have control of your own mouth and actions. But clearly, you just didn't pull this out of thin air. This came from somewhere, which obviously is coming from the producers, which they throwing you under the bus now, which you need to throw their ass under the bus. Well, obviously, you need this money, so you're not going to do that. But
I want to say to you, Wendy, that I think I may have implied that she said that about you, being Osu, but she didn't. I misrepresented that. I'm actually excited to see Wendy tomorrow. And I was just thinking about, I'd had this conversation with NECA first.
Okay.
And we were just kind of like chatting about this stuff about Wendy, that she was like Osu or something. And I didn't know what any of it was. So yeah, NECA educated me. Essentially, it's like an outcast. So then I told Wendy that we had talked about it. I think that when we were chatting about it, I may have implied that to Wendy, that NECA was like sort of implying that Wendy was Osu.
NECA said she was Osu?
No, I said she may have implied that she was Osu. And she made it very clear that she does not think you are that or anything like that. Okay. If I told you that, I apologize.
And I told you I didn't quite understand the severity of it as well.
What was your intention in bringing it up?
Thank you.
And why not bring it up to Wendy?
It was something that had been brought to my attention. Prior to me meeting NECA, it was brought up again.
Are y'all clocking what she's saying in this bitch? Okay, read between the lines. It was brought up again when she met in NECA in this bitch. Who brought it up to her? Ain't nobody asking that. Andy knows who brought it up, so I don't know why he's playing dumb in this bitch, and I don't know why they trying to play the viewers for being a dumb asshole in this bitch. But this bitch ain't a dumb asshole because clearly the producers, and again, this doesn't absolve Ashley of being a bone-collecting, messy asshole, as she repeated what the producers wanted her to repeat, so producer puppet. But let's not act like she didn't get it from the producers, which I don't know why she not saying. Well, again, I know why she not saying, so.
And that was why I talked to NECA about it.
Very convenient.
But
It is
Andy,
not
I will
to
say,
disparage you.
I will say though, because you're asking about what it means.
No.
Truthfully speaking, I don't believe that any of us here are competent enough to really speak about it appropriately. So when asking what the definition is, I don't even feel comfortable really divulging much.
Osu caste system in the Igbo land. If you're not familiar with what Osu means, these are people that have been referred to as outcasts, believed to also be the sacrifice to the gods, in the essence that they become the slaves of the gods. And also they help the priests and high priestess during the indigenous religious rituals. And when I say gods, I'm talking about the ancient or indigenous religion back then. Some people have sort of compared their roles and responsibilities to the altar boys in the Catholic Church. So I don't know if that, I'm going to go with that comparison, but that's a topic for a different day. How can one acquire the Osu tag or label, or let's say status. Let's go with status. I think that's more appropriate. There's been so many tales, and because there's so many tales from different Igbo land, there is no one story to it. But I'm just going to tell you a bit from what I know. Well, they said back in those days, during intertribal wars, the people that won, so the spoils of war, that's what we call the people that they were captured, so the slaves that they would get during those wars, when they are sold off to a new master, and this master decides to give them away to their gods in a bid to maybe appease or gift them, they become Osu. So these slaves that were captured during war become the Osu because they were gifted from them. They were gifted to the gods by their master. Sorry, why is my mouth tongue tied? It's also believed that, back then, a lot of the indigenous religious practices involved human sacrifices. So these slaves were given to the gods for this human sacrifice. Before I continue, there are 3 stages that I want to talk to us about. The first one are the Osus. I just explained that that's the slave to the gods. The second are the Ohus. These are the slaves to the masters. These are the people that were gotten from, from war. While the third are the Wadialas. The Wadialas are referred to as the freeborns, the son of the soil. So in terms of the hierarchy of social class or social status, the Osu caste system insinuates that the Wadialas are the right at the top. Those are the freeborns, while the Osus are right at the middle. Then the Ohus are right at the bottom because they are the slaves. It's also been believed that vulnerable communities that knew that there was no way they were going to win a war, or they were going to win an intertribal war, would usually seek refuge in a shrine nearby. And the moment the priest or the priestesses acknowledges these people that have been, that have come to their shrine for refuge, they automatically take on the Osu tag, in the sense that they ran to the shrine to volunteer themselves or to give themselves up to the gods. And so many of them would rather do that than become slaves. And back then, when you are a slave or when you've been gotten from war, they usually sell the slaves to the white man as well. So a lot of people were like, no, we don't want that. we would rather just become Osu and keep our life. And I'm sure you're wondering that why is it that people run to the shrine? What is it that the shrine can do to them? Well, if you're someone with the Osu status, you are immediately immune to harm. It's said that if you hurt someone that's an Osu, and they go back and they cry to their gods, because they are slaves to the gods, and apparently it's been said that they can manipulate the gods for their own benefit. It's a very long story. If they go to the gods and they cry to them, the gods will punish you for hurting one of their own, for hurting their slave. You get that kind of thing. So a lot of people used to fear them and they used to respect them, quote unquote. So these are different ways that people can acquire the Osu status. There's one that's quite gets to me, is the fact that when you do something bad, you become an Osu. So if you do something that is not socially acceptable, or something that is seen as criminal in the society, like rape, incest, murder, you automatically become an Osu person. Due to urbanization, there's no way that people are going for intertribal wars anymore. You know, we're not going for intertribal wars. We're not going to give humans to the gods or slaves. But this system, or this phenomena, let's call it, is still quite prevalent. And why is it quite prevalent? It's because there are two ways that people still acquire the Osu tag, and one that's through inheritance, and the other is through marriage. Inheritance: when you're born in an Osu family, you automatically become an Osu. So no matter what you do, you can't take off that status. You're an Osu person. Secondly, if a non-Osu, that's a Wadiala or a freeborn, should get married to an Osu person, the person automatically becomes an Osu, because getting married to an Osu person, if you're freeborn and you get married to an Osu person, it's seen as a taboo, as an abomination, and people would not want to associate with you.
Is this a bad thing?
It's taboo. We don't talk. We don't talk about it.
We do not talk about it. There's no reason it should be talked about on this platform. And honestly, Ashley, I don't want to hear anything else, because if you knew how taboo it is, Wendy, you would not say anything else, and you would just eat it and say, I'm sorry, and move on.
Bon appetit, baby. Bon appetit, baby. Ah, bon appetit, baby. They are eating your ass up as they should be. But like I said, the only people they are forgetting to eat the fuck up is the producers, which they will never do. Okay? But it would be nice if they was bon appetit, baby, to the producers as well as Ashley, because Ashley just didn't get this article out of her ass, okay? She don't know nothing about no goddamn Osu, as she said. So clearly she ain't Googling nothing about no Osu. Maybe a fan sent her something about Osu and this bitch, but I don't believe it. I believe the producers had a hand in here, and they trying to play like they didn't, but I see y'all. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, hold on. I need to bon appetit baby myself in this bitch, because I'm not sure if what I'm saying about the Osu, whatever thing is correct or not. Whatever that they were claiming Miss Wendy was in the article in 2020, that's what Ashley was going off of, that article. Now, I think it said something about her being Osu, and Wendy said that she's not no Osu. So that's what I'm referring to when I say Osu. But I could be wrong about this whole Osu thing, because it's tripping me out. It went from Osu to witches now. Like, what's going on? Witchy poo stuff. So I just felt like I need to give that preference before my African people come and try to eat me to their bone. Don't eat me to their bone. I'm just trying to make sense of what is going on.
NECA has apologized for referring to your mom as a witch.
You know for a fact the impact of calling somebody or somebody's family member a witch.
Your mom submitted my name to a shrine.
Okay. She did not.
I'm willing to even put that aside for us to move forward.
So can you not? I apologize.
You're not understanding that I've been deeply impacted as well.
I'm talking about the fact that you called my mom a witch in my face. I can say tangibly you did that. You're talking about something that is hearsay and third party. That's the difference.
Lebet can testify to what she was told about me.
We can agree to coexist and move forward. Just take accountability and move forward.
She submitted my name to a shrine. And threatening to send my in-laws' name to a shrine. Candace, let me tell you something.
You all are
that's why it was shocking, because that's not a cultural thing. When her sister was calling, the mama said, I have a shrine. You're the one that can't take accountability. I've apologized for the items that Andy just stated.
I'm a little confused again. What does Wendy need to take accountability of? that she didn't know you. She didn't know you, and I stand by that. Maybe she could say sorry for that, but I mean, I just feel like, again, I don't know how meeting somebody at 3 events means you know them. Know them, like we've had our conversation just a few interruptions ago. But I guess she could apologize to that or for that situation, but I don't. You were the one calling her mama a witchy poo and saying her mother had a shrine. So I don't know what she needs to take accountability for or apologize to you for. Okay.
Do y'all think that you'll ever be friends? Because y'all are evil sisters. Kick it.
I have said what I have said. I said we can coexist and we can move forward.
I have really just moved on past everything that transpired, the phone calls, everything, the crackhead. I've moved on past all of that. And I operate generally from a space of grace. And everything that I said and did at the sit down that she and I had was from a genuine place. And I really had an open heart and good intentions on moving forward. And that's still on the table for me. You know, I'm willing to sit down and rehash things if we need to, but it was a really tricky topic. And I know that some viewers were really taken back by the topic of shrines and all that. And, you know, I really feel bad. I'm apologetic that that had to air on TV. And, you know, especially Nigerians, because as Nigerian people, we're really prideful of our culture and our customs. And we don't really like to put out that type of negativity. So I completely understand why some viewers really were taken back by the topic. And I was as well. And I was terrified and frightened along with it. And I just was really committed to reality TV. And these are the things that were happening in real life at that time. So the cameras cover it all. But I've moved on. I've moved on from all that.
In a very unfortunate turn of events, an altercation erupted at the GNA event a few minutes after our cameras went down. Kiarna, what was the sequence of events that led to your injury?
Sure. Essentially, I was there really just trying to de-escalate the situation. And Deborah clearly came with the intent to have this moment.
Get her. Get her.
Anything that you and I need to talk about?
Absolutely not.
The help is talking to me. Can you get the help? Get the help away from me. You don't have anything to say to me in front of my face, all right? But when I'm talking to you, you don't want to say anything. Get her out! That's bullshit! Get her ass out! Get her ass out! Where is she?
Where is she? Where's the ladies' room?
Oh my God! Call the ambulance! What happened? How did that get like that? Deborah, do a drink on Candace.
She do a drink on Candace, but she hit me in the head. What happened?
I don't know. Deborah just, when I grabbed her, I said, like, picked her up, and she was like, one of Wendy's friends touched me. I didn't touch her.
I need Cannon. Excuse me. Yeah. Where is she?
I'm not doing this no more. I'm pissed. This girl has no reason to have that.
To talk to her mom.
I know you are. But let's put her first. Let's do that. I need to see nearest hospital. She's going to be all right.
Get that raggedy bitch out. Get that Sesame Street ass bitch and don't come back. And don't come back. Bye, Grover. And don't come back.
The incident was caught by bystanders and ended up on TMZ. So although we didn't show the altercation,
it was awful.
Many people have seen it.
It was awful.
In the footage, you can be seen throwing punches after Deborah throws the drink on you. What was going on at that moment?
Ooh, get Indy out my fucking face with these stupid ass questions. What do you mean what was happening after she got a drink thrown on her and she was throwing punches? You just answered your motherfucking question. She got a drink thrown on her, so she started throwing punches in this bitch. Hello, hello, hello. Where the fuck is Deborah? How about that? And you need to be asking, I guess we haven't gotten to Ashley's ash yet, but Andy, ooh, I just almost took my shoe off and threw it at the damn computer screen. I want him out of my face, and I want him out of my face now.
I mean, at that moment, I was assaulted. Someone hit me in the head with a glass, a deadly weapon, split my face open. And so my first instinct was to defend myself in that moment.
Candace's hair, she's calling me the help. And then out of nowhere, Kiana hits me in my face, and then I threw my
She punched you?
Yeah, in my face. And then that's when we got
Deborah. Put your hands on me and think I'm not going to say anything, and I'm not going to do anything.
I know. I'm sorry. Okay.
The girl, Deborah, threw a drink on Candace.
She threw a drink on Candace.
She threw a drink on Candace.
I pushed her out the way, but I don't even know what happened. We were fighting, but you hit me in the head.
If she goes to the hospital, I want to talk to her mom and let her know where she's at. Let's go. I'm with you. I got your purse. I'm right here with you. Is Kay okay?
Kay, don't look at it. Everybody calm down.
Kay is calmer.
Come on. It's okay. I need to rinse my face off. Come here.
Yeah, she's getting ready to come out.
No. She wants everybody out. She wants everybody out.
All right. All right. I'm right here.
So we're standing up. Next thing I know, Deborah, Sesame Street or whatever, she takes a drink. She throws it to hit Candace. At that point, I'm like pushing her back because I see like she's a problem. She turns around, grabs a glass, hits me in my damn forehead. My face. Are you okay?
Ashley said in an interview that you still put blame on Candace for going too far with her mouth.
Look, let's be real. Some of y'all in the comments don't see it for Miss Candiana, and that's okay. Y'all want to see her get her ass beat due to her sour ass mouth. But also, you can't go around hitting people due to things they say to you. That's just not right. Your ass will go to motherfucking jail, bitch. Or you should go to jail. So with Ashley putting the blame on Candiana's mouth for this situation, I'm not going for it because you're trying to absolve all the blame that you should have due to inviting this bitch who you knew was going to be messy. Come on now. And what if Miss Arabiana beat your ass when you had a sour ass mouth with her and she ran up into your damn restaurant and she beat your ass? Well, she didn't beat your ass, but I'm saying, what if she did beat your ass? What story would you be telling then? Oh, well, I was running my mouth. No, bitch, you would be crying that, damn, she can't control her actions and she beat my ass.
Why do you feel that Candace's mouth was an issue that night?
Because it's always Candace's
words
fault.
play a factor.
Always my fault.
I didn't say it was your fault.
You justified violence against me.
I am not attributing that horrendous incident to you. Your words could instigated it and made it more explosive.
Yeah, but no, bitch. You should know better. You should have known not to invite her. Candiana's words ain't got nothing to do with Miss Deborah starting the mess in that bitch. She came over to Miss Candiana to start with her. And also Mia, which I'm not showing due to copyright reasons in this bitch. But Mia also said that she was looking for a fight that night. So, y'all are trying to put the blame on Miss Candiana when it should be on Ashley for inviting this bitch who has been known for 2 seasons at this point to start mess. That's all she does, is come to start mess. Why are we not focusing on that? But we're focusing on what made this bitch throw a drink. She can't control herself. How the fuck old is she? How many kids does she have? What the fuck is going on around here? Andy? Who?
Anything that you and I need to talk about? Absolutely not. The help is talking to me. Can you get the help? Get the help away from me.
She was going to do that whether I said nothing or tried to beat her up.
I don't think
she came with the intention to fight me.
We don't know that. Because if she came at you and you believe she was already being aggressive, saying, "Do you want to say anything to my face?" Do you think the comments exacerbated her anger?
Girl, NECA, shut the fuck up, okay? You may have a point. I guess Candiana should have just been mute when she came over, but I still feel like she was going to try to toss a drink to begin with. Even if Miss Candiana was mute as fuck, she was going to do what she wanted to do. So I don't know why we're acting like Candiana. Okay, whatever, girl. Y'all have it.
Fact that here we are again, and me using my words somehow trumps someone attempting to physically attack me.
I don't think anyone said that your words trump that.
Y'all may not be saying her words trump that, but you guys are definitely trying to play in her face and make it seem like she had something to do with Miss Deborah attacking her or trying to attack her. I mean, why are we not looking at Ashley? And again, Miss Deborah should be the one who should know how to control herself, but clearly she can't. And the bitch who knows that she can't control herself, as look at these past 2 seasons of Miss Deborah starting mess, invited her still. Why are we not directing this energy towards Miss Ashley and making it seem like Candiana did something sour and wrong to the bitch who was starting with her? Oh, okay.
I agree. I am thankful still that we had a great show.
Yeah.
What Deborah tells me is that while she was sitting there, she could hear Candace and Wendy talking about her. And so she got up and said, "You're talking about me."
She said
called her vermin, help. And I care about Deborah as my friend. I don't really know what transpired before, because what she says is, you were talking about her or something and you were calling her vermin or the hell. No.
She said your words play a part.
They played a part.
No, they don't.
Yes. They exacerbated it.
She wanted a problem with me.
Thank you.
What they're saying is that you were playing with a loaded gun.
Well, I'm also a loaded gun. We know.
I know, but with your words.
Yes.
Right. You're not gonna...
If I don't know what would have happened.
Okay.
I don't know.
Ashley, did you invite Deborah around to stir things up?
No.
Seemed like she only came around last season to drop bombs about people's husbands.
So apparently when Chris was talking to Deborah, I guess Eddie came over, and the consensus seemed to be that Eddie was being flirtatious.
I've never met this man before. First time I met him. And then Eddie, I think that's the name, Happy Eddie comes over. Who's Happy Eddie? Wendy's husband.
Everyone thinks that I invited Deborah to be messy.
She's not
I did not invite Deborah to be messy. She had previously expressed to me that she wanted to clear the air with you and that she didn't know she'd ever have the opportunity.
That was not clear air.
I'm sorry. Because she feels like there was a miscommunication.
Ashley, cut the bullshit. You knew this bitch was gonna be messy. Come on. You're talking about she wanted to clear the air. When she came up to Miss Candiana, she came with the energy of, do you have something to say to me? No, bitch. Get out of my face is what Candiana should have really said, but then y'all really would have blamed Miss Candiana for getting mushed. So, I'm again confused on why we're letting Miss Ashley slide, because again, for the past 2 seasons that we have seen, this season and last season that we have seen Deborah, all she has done is start mess. So I don't know why you thought she would have came to this event on some positive energy. And you were standing over there when she said this shit to Candace.
That's what she told me.
And you believe her?
Well, what else do I have to go on? I mean, a lot of time has passed. I don't know Deborah to be a violent person.
Well, she's violent.
And again, I didn't invite her to get under anybody's skin. She is was a close friend of mine. She really has held me down and been supportive of me so much over these last couple of years. I don't have Candace at the forefront of my mind when I think about Deborah. I feel like these are 2 grown women who, they don't mesh, fine. The club is huge. There's no need for everyone to be feeling like pressure because so-and-so is here. I want her to be there and celebrate in the night. Well, I do want to say also, I'm sorry to Kiarna. That was not something I wanted to happen at our event. So I'm sorry that you went through that.
Okay.
Truly.
I'm with you. I got your purse. I'm right here with you. Is Kay okay?
Kay, don't look at it.
Everybody calm down.
Kay is calmer.
Come on. It's okay. I need to rinse my face off. Come here.
Yeah,
Do you accept that?
I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like Ashley is the queen of, the aftermath apologies.
Hey, you better clock her, you better clock her, you better clock her, okay? Y'all keep trying to play my girl Kiana saying she's a loving hip-hop type bitch because she fought back at somebody who threw a drink on her. But nah, she's clocking Ashley when nobody else is clocking her due to Miss Ashley's the one who started this mess due to inviting this bitch who she knew should have been, she should have known this bitch was going to be messy. I mean, come on now. For 2 seasons now, or at least last season, she was starting with 2 of your cast members and their husbands. And all of a sudden this season, she's going to try to come and clear the air. But when she tries to clear the air, she comes up to Miss Candiana, asking her, does she have something she wants to say? Nah. So again, but I feel like you're only apologizing due to getting eaten up on Twitter. So now you don't want any backlash or the smoke any longer. And maybe you want to save your job. But, well, it looks like that has been done because some of your cast members are gone and you are still here somehow, in some way. What the fuck is going on? And on that note, we're going to end it here. I'm still going to let the rest of the video play where you see the girls try to make up and then they give their reunion ending or outro in this bitch. And then you'll see where the girls are now in life, which Candiana is pregnant in this bitch and off the show because, yes, have this time to truly be at peace, have a healthy pregnancy, and not deal with sour-ass bitches. And NECA is allegedly fired, but I guess we'll see. Miss Rabiana is out of my face. I know she gave us a Rabiana and Sapiana, but bitch, you or Giselle had to go. And they chose you, so yes, in this bitch. I want to thank you guys for watching and enjoy the rest of this video.
I accept that you are big enough to apologize, and that's all I have to say.
Why is it an aftermath?
Anything else you want to say before we let you go?
I can't say it during.
I mean that you're not proactive in general about not causing a mess, but that's just my personal opinion.
I've expressed that was never my intention. I could never have anticipated.
I do not think that was your intention.
Nothing you could have done.
I know, but I know tensions between Deborah and Candace have been, like bubbling for a long time.
But what's the name jumped in it, though? So
I know.
Is there anyone who wants to step up and apologize or own anything and throw into the embers of yesteryear?
Maybe a hug, anybody?
Candace and Robin, anything?
I don't have any anger. When you had a friendship that we had and you go through something like this, it doesn't just heal itself in one day or in one sitting. But I have no animosity, no hatred, none of that.
Run to Twitter and talk all the shit you want about me. I don't give a You're not a victim. Where are you going?
I'm done. I'm full. Why can't I see you? What's wrong with your FaceTime?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
Laundry, like folding clothes.
Oh, okay.
Can I say for the record, I don't give a damn.
The only person that a conversation needs to happen is you and Juan. Period. The end.
Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
I don't want to be in a friendship with someone where I have to be perfect according to their friendship standards, or else
in front of
I'm
me.
going to
You can be perfectly flawed.
It's categorically unfair to have this issue with me and not let me know that you are offended. I had no idea.
I'm not throwing my husband under the bus for anyone's entertainment. And so if while I'm filming a show, if that issue is no longer, why would I do that to my husband?
They were talking about allegations.
She tried to imply that what I said had something to do with Juan being fired, and it just really, like, that hurts. I literally sat there and spoke up for my husband. You just literally going to take it like I'm the reason why he lost his job.
No, I'm saying
what you said.
Robin,
y'all can talk about the woman all you want, but don't talk about his job.
I can say the same. I feel like I, over the course of the season, like mourned the friendship. And I'm kind of at a neutral place. I mean, you said the friendship was over. So if there's any movement, the ball is in your court.
I think that for Robin and I, it's a matter of needing to hear each other and wanting to fix it.
Right.
You know, I'm not sure at this point if Robin even wants to fix it. And if that's the case, then that's her decision. It's unfortunate, though, that, given everything that has been done to Robin by others in this group, that she would choose this hill to die on is
unfortunate.
Do you think that she's taking out all of the frustrations that she's feeling from the other women out on you?
Maybe. For some reason, I don't understand why that would be, but for some reason, yes. It is starting to feel that way. Because as I said, the line is always moving.
Right, yes.
You're so angry with me for tweeting my feelings about your clown behavior, if you ask me.
Sure.
And everyone else has also had opinions. Your best friend has shaded you in confessionals and had things to say about your husband that are unsavory and mean-spirited, but me speaking on your clown behavior is somehow unforgivable.
Sure.
It feels like a concerted effort to try and push me somewhere into a corner.
Or like a double standard as well.
Yeah, that as well. So
Yeah.
it's weird. It's
weird.
Very strange to me. Yeah.
Is that the relationship that upsets you the most that's dissolved? Because I think at one point you said that you felt like she was a sister to you at one point. Yeah.
Definitely. That's that was not on my bingo card.
No.
At all.
No.
So yeah, it's like the Twilight Zone a little bit because Robin has always, in my mind, been the most level-headed and the most sane of the group, and that's kind of why I gravitated toward her. But she's painting this narrative that exists in her head, and I can apologize where I have hurt her, but I can't accept that what I've done is unforgivable when we as an audience have watched truly unforgivable things happen, and you have gotten over them.
Nneka and Wendy, I get the sense this isn't going to happen.
Andy, I continuously throughout the season have taken accountability for everything that I've done and said. I left everything at the table that day when she and I met, and I was ready to move forward and put my own issues to the side to just see what the interaction would be. And that's still where I am.
Andy, my comment to Nneka still remains, which is, what have I done to you? Well, I think it's really unfortunate,
Yeah,
when I
me
came
too.
on the franchise 4 years ago, I really had pride in being the first Nigerian housewife, and my culture is something that I hold near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
But just with her, the rhetoric that she has been using and the way she's been weaponizing it is really dangerous. And a lot of the conversation around what she is alleging that is not true is really xenophobic. And so that's where it gives me pausity, because there comes a time when there's fun shade, and then there comes a time when it crosses the line and things become dangerous.
Right.
I met with you, said, you know what, we can coexist, we can move forward.
And you did both apologize to each other.
And I apologized earlier for the crackhead comment.
I didn't receive an apology directed to me. Crack? Because that's what I smell. Be careful with the allegations, honey. Nobody's smoking crack over here.
No way. That it's because of drugs? No. Now, I grant you, I partied. But there have been times when I know I was going through a lot of emotional stress, and my eating habits were awful. Whitney dying. Crack rehab fails. First of all, let's get one thing straight. Crack is cheap. I make too much money to ever smoke crack. Let's get that straight.
We shouldn't put out like drug accusations. No. Unless it's true.
Let's not put out any allegations. Let's be clear.
But she
Let's not
backed
put
up
out any allegations. We're not rehashing. We're but
There
I
were
said
apologies made.
Well, earlier today I apologized for a crackhead comment.
And that's okay.
She apologized
Go ahead.
today.
Yeah, I apologized for a crackhead comment. Go ahead.
Giselle and Candace, I'm not even going to try.
I came here today with the intention to move forward. I think that I have, from the bottom of my coochie, I have tried.
Tried to do what? You move forward because you acknowledge things. She won't even acknowledge
You're not capable of accountability.
She won't even acknowledge it.
That's it.
She won't even acknowledge.
Oh, my God. I think the two of you need Jesus himself.
I have him. He is right here.
Okay. All right.
He's right here.
I can't wait for this to air and the
can't
tweets.
either.
Bitch, shut up. Yeah. Bitch, shut up. Bitch, shut up. Yeah.
Listen, I was ready to unleash and unload, and they didn't show half of what was done. To this day, I still recall certain things that
that happened that weren't shown. Like there was this one point where after the binder, the biggest memory that I have and the thing that I hate that they didn't show with Giselle, she was so upset and she was so quiet after lunch, like had nothing to say. When Chris came out and pretty much read her, she lost it and she just blurted out, F you! She like lost it and they never showed it, but she lost it. And I was like, that pretty much summed up, you know, why I left, because they were constantly protecting the people who should have been exposed and show who they really are on and off camera. And they kept these protections for people to the extent of not even protecting, you know, my innocent children and those whole narratives that they were trying to point out. And it just got me to a point where I was just like, you know what, I don't have to deal with this. This is too much. And I decided to walk away.
Why do you think that pick and choose protection, if that's what it was there in the first place?
Well, if you're a puppet master, you're going to keep your puppets. So the ones that you can control, the ones that you can get to do what you want them to do, you're going to keep those people. But the ones who speak up like me and say, no, that's not me, I'm not doing that, I'm not saying that, we're the ones that get the hardest time because we're not doing what they want us to do. We're not creating the show that they want. We're still trying to maintain a sense of who we are.
I can't either. Narcissism at its finest.
Karen, the fence
is mine.
You are still the fence.
Thank you, darling.
You tried very hard.
I did.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
But I also appreciate that you're right in the middle of Potomac, while NECA is up there in North Potomac,
Not North
governing
Potomac,
her
Andy.
strip of land.
It's Potomac proper.
So the streets are saying that the girls are gonna turn on you the way, you know, they turned on Wendy and Candace. What do you think about that? That they're using you to push them out, and then eventually they're going to turn on you, and then you're gonna be. It's going to be an I told you so or I should have listened moment is what the streets are saying.
Listen, I am an honest person. If anything happens, I will get on Twitter or Instagram and be like, hey, y'all told me. I wasn't listening. My bad, peoples. I would do that. I don't know because I can't predict the future and I'm not them.
Right.
But right now, they cool peoples. We have a good time together and I trust them as friends. So if there's hiccups in our friendships that are regular hiccups, then we'll keep moving. But if there's intentional things, then we're gonna have to reevaluate.
Do you think the group has the range to discuss colorism? That was a comment that was made during the reunion. As far as, you know, I don't think this group has the range to discuss that topic. You know, was a comment that was made. Would you agree?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know because I haven't had those type of conversations with the ladies, so I don't know what their mental abilities are. I do know for a fact some of them can, right? Because they're used to having these conversations on the regular.
Who are the ones you think that can?
I know for sure. I think obviously Wendy can. I know Candace can. I do believe Karen can. And Karen can probably do it in a different way because she's older than us and she's experienced it at different levels in her life and in different settings. I think Robin can for sure because she's experienced a lot of colorism in her life, and she's talked about it during filming where a lot of people hated her because she was light skinned, right? And mistreated her to where she actually didn't want to have light skinned kids. Like she used to pray that she would have dark skinned children because of the way that she was treated. So I know that she can talk about it.
Yeah.
Giselle. I think I haven't had those conversations with Ashley, so I don't know what her range is. But Ashley's also somebody who will sit down and learn and listen.
Okay, fair. Are you returning next season? I think that you are. I saw what do you call it? A poster where it says you're returning. Has that been confirmed?
I think now is the time that they kind of get all these things together, and I think announcements will be made and decisions will be made soon.
Do you know if you're returning?
We don't know these things. Isn't that crazy?
Are you sure?
What do you mean, am I sure?
Like, is that like the political thing to say until there's like an announcement?
I think everyone in the Housewives world knows that like after the reunion is when deliberations and stuff
start.
So
we've heard, or at least it's been said, that Candace isn't returning.
Breaking news hot off the press involving Potomac's Candace Dillard Bassett telling People magazine apparently that she will not be back season 9. Now the singer joined the show in season 3, we all remembered, and she says that she is filled with gratitude for the journey. The 37-year-old went on to say, quote, "With a whirlwind of new opportunities and responsibilities on my plate, I have decided to take a break from RHOP." Ashley, did you know, and how do you feel about it?
When I tell y'all, I found out just like everybody else because my phone was going ding, 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 ding,
Is this breaking news for you too?
100%.
Wow.
Completely caught me off guard.
Did you text her? What'd you say?
No, I've contemplated, but no, I haven't. And it's just a little surprising because we haven't really been told. So that's news to me that she's making that choice.
But is it surprising, though, because she has so many other things going on? I mean, the budding music career, for one.
Well, you know, there's no shock that this is a really good platform to show yourself and to promote what you're doing. So, yes, to me, it is shocking that she's making the choice. Hopefully, the other opportunities that she has are going to surmount or surpass what Housewives is.
Robin isn't returning.
Reunion, the last reunion episode just went off last night, Sunday, if you're listening to this on a Monday. And I wanted to respect the network and respect the show and wait until the season ended, which I think, makes sense, to share this news. But yes, I will not be returning to season 9 of The Real Housewives of Potomac.
Hear you say it out your mouth, like it's like killing my heart right now. And I obviously I know this information, but like to hear you say it.
Right. It's reality. It's reality. The network did not invite me back. I was fired, for lack of better words. And I will not, sugarcoat the situation and say, oh, I am walking away and this is a break or anything like this. This was a network decision. And I'm okay with it.
Oh, you're going to cry? Oh, Robin, you're going to make me cry. No tears. Oh, God. Okay, well.
I'm not going to cry. No.
Okay, go ahead.
No, and then I just want to finish. Shit.
We don't even have tissues.
It's so crazy because we still have Reasonably Shady, but I really want to say I love you.
Oh, me? Oh, no. You're gonna make me cry.
And it's been such a fun, amazing, stressful, crazy, wild journey the past 8 years. I couldn't imagine doing what we did, with anyone else.
Oh, she of course I have my tissue. Because of that damn nose of hers.
But to my Green Eye Bandit, my partner in crime, it's the show really, we started off as friends. It's so funny because we, for whatever reason, we were meant to sit next to each other that night.
Yes.
I think it was in November of, 2011, maybe, whatever. When Charisse,
at Knockout.
Yes, at Knockout Abuse, a charity event. When Charisse invited us as her guest,
yes,
we sat next to each other at the table, and we laughed and joked like we'd known each other for years.
I know. That was so much fun. Before anybody knew us, like that, and we trashed the entire room.
We did. We liked every person that walked past, all the drunk people, just had a good old time. From there, we were great friends, and then the show, brought us even closer.
Yeah.
And we've, been through a lot on the show and faced a lot of scrutiny and judgment and hate.
Oh, God.
And we've supported each other through that. So although we still have Reasonably Shady, I'm still going to talk to you all the time and see you all the time. I hate that part of our friendship is, not there anymore.
Can you speak to that?
I know that Candace doesn't want to come back, and she's made the decision to pursue other things in her life and her music. She's an actress as well, and I know she has 6 embryos in the freezer, so she might want to pop them things in too. So she's taking a quick break, and so that's an announcement that she made. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We saw you guys at Gag City with Nicki Minaj,
was amazing.
and we saw you, Robin, Giselle. Am I making up seeing Charisse?
Shasha was there.
Okay, Charisse was there.
Shasha's always down for a good time. She's not going to miss a good time.
And there was another lady.
Ashley.
No, not Ashley. Well, Ashley was there, but then there was another lady.
Jules. That's one of Ashley's friends.
Okay, so is this what the cast is looking like? Or is this a girls' night situation?
Well, Mia was supposed to have come with us, but Mia was recovering, so Ashley brought her friend Jules, who I do know and love. So I don't know if this is what the cast is going to look like.
So do you have any input in who they replace people with?
Stephen, if I did, the cast would be different than
she said if she had any power.
Yes. Marissa would be there. But we do know that people's friends get on the show all the time, and sometimes they become housewives, right?
Yeah, they can. It's not a given.
Okay.
As we saw with Marlo for Atlanta, it took her quite a while to get to the peach, but who knows what's to come. I just know, whatever comes for season 9, it's going to be a doozy.
Okay, I hope you're on there. I don't want to hear 10 minutes from now that, another news. But I know a lot of people have been calling for a shakeup, though, and they felt like this season wasn't as bombastic as previous seasons, and I'm wondering if that's playing a role in what we're seeing today, but maybe we'll find out soon.
I'm loving the bombastic.
Yeah, I tried to be nice.
I like that.
Simply fantastic. We also...
I was waiting for it.
That's good.
We also have to get to the elephant in the room regarding the Grand Dame, Karen Huger, just last week charged with the DUI after that car crash in Montgomery County. We covered this here on Good Day DC, and police have since confirmed that she was arrested after that crash. They say it appears Huger crossed the median and hit a street sign. And in a statement to TMZ, she said a car was heading right for her, causing her to swerve out of the way. So, Ashley, have you spoken to Karen since this was released?
I texted her and called her because the reunion was a very tough reunion for me, and Karen called me as soon as I got home to check on me. So I felt this responsibility to extend that same courtesy to her after this traumatic experience for her. And it took her a while to get back to me, but she did, and she just said that she's doing okay. But from what I understand, she's pretty shaken up with everything.
This makes you emotional. Why?
Because I really love her, and even though we have our disagreements and our relationship has gone through a lot, you never want to see anybody go through this, considering that Karen's health could have been jeopardized, someone on the street could have been hurt. So there's just so much that could have happened, and thankfully it didn't, but the what ifs are really scary.
Yeah, one thing that touched me, and I said this on air, that she talked about her grief journey, and I know the pain of losing a parent, and she said that played a role in the actions of that night. Have you been following her and working with her, helping her during her grief journey at all?
We try to be there as much as we can for Karen. She is very close to the chest. She keeps things. So as much as she's willing to share, we're willing to listen. And we always tell her, we're here for you. She knows she's got at least 2 sets of ears always here, ready to listen to her.
Karen Huger is facing DUI charges tonight. Police tell us Huger was taken into custody just before midnight last night following a crash on Oakland Drive and Beeman Woods Way in Potomac. Police say it appears Huger drove across a median and then hit street signs. We did reach out to her management, and we are still waiting for a response tonight.
The 60-year-old Real Housewives of Potomac star was pulled over by the Montgomery County Police Department in Maryland on Tuesday around 11:50 p.m., according to court documents that People was able to access. She was formally accused of both driving while intoxicated and operating a vehicle while impaired by alcohol. It is required of her to appear in court. For comment, People contacted Hugi's representative. The reality personality and businesswoman is also accused of dangerously driving a vehicle with wanton and deliberate contempt for the safety of people and property, as well as driving a vehicle carelessly and imprudently endangering life, property, and people. The following are additional charges: operating a vehicle over the legal and prudent speed limit on the highway, operating a vehicle with a suspended registration, and failing to notify the administration of a change of address within 30 days. Failure to control vehicle speed on the highway to prevent a collision. When people asked Bravo and the Montgomery County Police Department for comment, they did not reply right away. People was first informed by a Montgomery County Police Department spokeswoman that the single-vehicle crash had occurred. The TV celebrity reportedly crossed a median and struck many street signs, although at the time of the collision, she was unharmed, according to law enforcement. Additionally, according to reports from authorities, Huger was driving very quickly and in an aggressive manner prior to the crash, which was first reported by TMZ. After the collision, she was not taken into custody but was given multiple citations. Huger, who recently wrapped up filming the Bravo series Season 8 reunion with her RHOP co-stars, finally spoke out about the event in a statement to TMZ. "I want to thank everyone for their well wishes and prayers during this extremely scary experience," she said. "Though I'm still in disbelief at what happened last night, I'm thankful to be here today. Grief comes and goes with the loss of my beloved mother, but as Mother's Day draws near, it feels more like a tsunami." Huger said, "Last night I met a girlfriend for dinner, we talked and brought up some very emotionally sensitive topics. Hugi's parents passed away in 2017 within 7 months of one another. On my way home, I was crying when I noticed a car approaching me directly. I veered to avoid colliding head-on with the barrier, then struck a tree. I'm a little sore and bruised, but I'm so happy to be alive." It seems sense that one of the citations I received had nothing to do with the incident, but the most shocking thing was that the automobile that nearly struck me simply pulled away. She thanked her mother, referring to her as her guardian angel, and her seatbelt for saving her life as she closed by advising followers to understate your emotional state before getting behind the wheel.
I want to thank you guys for watching this video again. Thank you guys for being here, supporting this channel throughout all the chaos. And we're now going to end it here with my new song with Bravalita in this bitch. It is a remix of Bitch Shut Up. So get into it, ho.
Bitch, shut up.
Ew. Like JK, but like maybe not. But thank you for watching. But you hating ass bitches always have something to say. Hating ass bitch, but you're still watching my vids. What? You're so upset. But that's like okay, because have a piece of bread, have a Xanax, relax, because I said what I said.